situation of you thought about doing something, but you didn't know where somebody was or what they were doing? Well, my lesson, like when you're backing up a car, or you're riding a horse or a skateboard or a bike, and you don't know where something is, or you don't know where somebody else is, well, my lesson is you kind of need to be cautious and careful. And I'm saying this because when I was hunting, we did this thing, and it's called pushing, where you get a bunch of people and you walk in a line and you push the timbers. And I was walking along, and we started out the whole hunting season. I walked, and I had my older brother, my brother's girlfriend, and one of my brother's friends, and we were walking, and I lost sight of my brother and his girlfriend because I was in weeds, and they're taller than I was and taller than my brother. And a doe popped up at me, and I pulled up my gun, but I didn't know where my brother's friend was or where my brother or his girlfriend was. So I thought better of my situation and put it back down, put the safety back on, and kept going. And then we waited a few more days, and we went back out, and my grandpa sat me along the fence line, and that's where I sat, not even 100 yards from him. And I was watching 2 deer run across one field and lost sight of all of our pushers that day. So I loved them because they were also over by my great-grandma's. And then when I turned back around, there were 2 more. And again, I didn't see where my grandpa's cousin Jerry was sitting over the hill. So I let them go. And then I heard my grandpa start shooting. And after about 20 minutes, I got up and walked up to him. And out of the corner of my eye, I seen something flopping in the weeds. And it was about 20 yards down. And as if to read my mind, my grandpa goes, "Yes, that is a deer," and I did shoot it. And he said that he had also shot another doe, knocked her down in the field. She got back up and kept running with her yearling. I walked down to the one yearling he had shot, and I asked if I could finish him off. My grandpa said, "Wait till your brother says something." My brother called him and told my grandpa to let me go ahead and finish him off. So I walked down to him, and I was about 20 yards from him. And this is the first time I ever shot my shotgun since I'd gotten it. And so I was nervous, and I missed him and shot over him. And then the second time I got trigger happy like my brother and just pulled the trigger for no apparent reason. The third time I got within 15 yards of him and shot him in one ear and out the other. And we always thought it was a little yearling doe until we got it back so I could field dress it, and it happened to be a button buck. And we went and found my grandpa's doe that he had shot, and we were walking, and I didn't want to shoot at anything because it was me and my grandpa's cousin Jerry, and Kyle, Ashton, and Brandon Tharp were coming up around the other way to look for her. And we found her, and she jumped up with her yearling, and me and my grandpa's cousin didn't think anything that it could be her because she was jumping like she normally should. And when me, Kyle, and Ashton came back around, she jumped up again, and Brandon Tharp seen her, seen the blood trail, and he shot her, and then he ramboed her. He ran up and jumped on her and slit her throat. And Kyle asked why he did it, and he goes, "I don't know, I just felt like doing it. I felt like I had to use my knife for the deer season." So we did that, and she was probably one of the biggest does we had. And we brought her back to field dress her. And I ended up field dressing my own button buck with my grandpa and Jerry, but as I said, when you're hunting, you should be cautious about everything.